Home screen on the computer, and to turn on the 3D printer, you reach back here, you grab this cable, and you plug it in. It's the only 3-pronged cable back here. You plug it in, and that turns on the 3D printer. The lights and the fan start spinning, you'll hear it. Then you go back to the computer. The computer will only read .stl files. I think you already know that, but you go here, and this is Repetier. You double click that and it will open. Alright, then this should be the home screen, and if it's plugged in, everything will pop up good down here, and if it's not good, then it'll say there's a communication error or whatever, and that means you need to connect. So you hit connect up here, then it'll say, oh, I already have another copy of Repetier open, so I'm going to go ahead and disconnect, close that, and then open it again just so I can show you from the normal screen. Alright, so we go up here to connect. It's going to say some stuff down here in a second once the thing responds. And see firmware, Marlin, whatever. Alright, then you click load and you load your .stl file. I have some files here, dial gauge, blah blah blah. Cancel, because I guess it really doesn't matter. I'll go ahead and load an example. I'm going to open this top retainer because it's short. So you hit open, and it says too many objects on the printer bed. Disregard that. Just make sure that you hit center object and drop object. That makes sure that it's in the middle of the surface area, and it's also level. Sometimes the scale's messed up from the drawings, so all my drawings are at scale 10, so you go up here to the X scale and you hit 10, and it will blow that object up, and it'll also mess it up. So I know it needs to be rotated 90 degrees to make it flat, and then I hit center object and drop object. Now you go over here to this top tab called slicer, and these are your different settings. If you want it really fine, then you do a 50% fill, and if you want a honeycomb inside to make it strong, you do honey. Right now I just need the 25 fill. Alright, then you go to slicer and you hit slice. This window will pop up telling you that it's slicing, so it's generating all the files for the 3D printer, and then here are all the files. You don't really need to mess with any of them, they're all good. Now you can hit this run job, and it will automatically start heating the extruder and also heating the print bed down here. If you want to save some time before you load your file, you can hit heat print bed. That way it'll be preheated. It takes like 20 minutes to heat. Alright, but it'll heat the print bed first, and then it will heat the extruder. You can come over here to the temperature curve, and it will show you that the temperatures are climbing for both of them and whatnot. Then while it's heating and heating the extruder, all that jazz, we come over here to the 3D printer, and we make sure that our bed has some of this black stuff on it. This just solidified or dissolved ABS. I have a couple prints on it, so you see some missing spots. If you need to put any more, you just take this this vial on the outside. It is ABS that has been dissolved in acetone, and you just take a little bit of it and you pour it on the printer bed. I'm not going to do it now because it's kind of messy, but you take a little bit of it, you pour it on the printer bed, either while it's cold or it's hot, it doesn't matter. Then you reach down here and take this nasty card, and you just kind of smear it around and try to make it as level as possible. And also there's a camera, so if you're doing a long printing or whatever, you can come over here. I just leave it open. It's a program called YawCam right here, and then it will show you exactly what it sees. So if you need to have something print over the night and you want to check on it, you can check the IP address and see if it's still working. But that's pretty much it. It's going to heat both of these up. It's going to heat the extruder a lot faster than it's going to heat the bed. And sometimes it will overshoot your target temperature and cause the safety shutoff to hit. So if the safety shutoff is hit, go to emergency stop up in the corner, hit that. It's going to stop everything. It's going to stop heating. It's going to return everything back to normal. So as soon as you hit emergency stop, go ahead and heat the print bed. That way you don't lose too much. And then you wait for your temperature on your extruder to kind of cool down, and then you can hit run again, and it will kind of even itself out. See, it cuts off at 215, and it overshot that right now. well, it's pretty close to overshooting it. Sometimes it'll do that, but you just kind of have to work with it. So anyways, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.